I am really excited because I get to go to South Africa for 10 days. This is not a vacation. This is going to be a work trip. A friend of mine and I are shooting our first documentary, and it's for the university that we went to school with, and this program they've had for 25 years. It's a really big subject, and it's really cool that it got approved, and we're going. And so I'm super excited about this because, one, I'm going to be shooting the documentary. Two, I'm traveling with my friend, and my dad will be there because he's part of this group who started this program. So it's going to be really cool to do that. But three, I can't wait to do some street/travel photography on our downtime. Now, I don't know how much downtime I'm going to have. Obviously this isn't a photography trip. This is a work trip, and I'm going to be shooting video. So most of my time will be going towards shooting video. However, I'm excited to get out and stretch my creative legs. There's in our Discord group, Life in Focus, I was chatting with a gentleman. I'm so sorry, I forgot your name, and I will look it up and add it somewhere down here. But we were talking about he lives in a small town, and he was asking me, like, maybe you should do a video on taking pictures, locally when you can't travel. And I thought it was a great idea. And I've always said this: you don't have to travel very far to do travel photography. You can stay within your own town, but look at your town as if you're doing, travel photography, or you're looking at it through new eyes. Because when we travel, one of the things, at least for me, I get excited to be somewhere new, be somewhere fresh. Where I live, I see the same things all the time. I go to the same parks with Pixel. I go to the same grocery store. I go to the same shoe place if I have to buy new shoes for my kid. Like, there's only a handful of places I go regularly. However, I do step outside of my comfort zone and go check out a different part of the city. Like, Pixel and I will go walking around on a different trail someplace else in the city, or while I'm waiting for my kid for his tutoring, I will go explore like a park or something nearby. It's cold and windy today, so I was going to shoot this outside, but I can't. So that's one way you can think about taking pictures in a place where you live and you are always seeing the same things. No matter if it's small or large. Obviously, if you live in a large city, you can do street photography over there. But if you don't have that, or where I live, where we live, like our neighborhood, there's no street photography like that. We live pretty much in the country. So for me, it's about capturing like moments around the house, or if we're in a park or someplace, like just seeing things with fresh eyes. Try to, at least, because, and especially now, because with winter ending, hopefully for some of you it may still be in the thick of it, but here we're starting to see trees starting to sprout and buds coming through, tulips coming out and things like that. So we're starting to get that the fresh spring look going on. So it's really fun to walk around, especially with a macro lens or a close focusing lens, and really start picking out some of these details in where we live. But you could also find the same gentleman I was talking to. He uses Google Maps to look for places where he lives and finds like interesting abandoned places. That's awesome. I would love to do something like that. I don't know how well it would work here in Washington State, but I am going to be trying that. Or it's doing what Don has talked about before, like finding a place, doing research on a location you want to check out, looking at Google Maps, looking at pictures, planning out your adventure, and then going there for the day. Like, you don't have to travel halfway around the world. You can go to a place a couple hours away for the day and take pictures, and you're still going to get that fresh perspective on things. And then for me at least, when I go to these places and I see something new and I'm like experiencing that, I try to remember that feeling and that curiosity to bring it back to where I live. And so that's just some examples that I have for that, for trying to take pictures in a place where you have grown up or you live and it's not that, busy. I grew up in a town that is very small. There's you're not going to be doing street photography there. You might get you might be spoken to by the police if you're just walking around with your camera in downtown. It's that small of a place. However, last time we were there were still places to go photograph. There were still things, like I looked at the time and of some of the buildings and what the weather has done to them, and like how they've changed over time. Even the last time I lived in this small town, which has been almost 20 years, which is insane. So those are some of my tips. Now, as far as videos go for this channel while I'm gone, I will have a couple videos to release while I'm gone, but I'm gonna be shooting some videos while I'm there, hopefully. I have so many ideas and options and things that I want to do for this video, including sharing with you something that I picked up for this trip. Actually, I'll just show it now. I was gonna do a whole separate video, but I just got it in yesterday, and that is this here. The Sony A6700. Now, I did not buy this camera. I'm renting it for this trip because I need something that is more video centric, and the A6700 is something I've always been thinking about. I could have gone with like the Sony FX camera, but I like to have my cameras do dual purposes, right? This is a video camera it's going to be primarily video that can shoot really good pictures. My A7CR is my photography camera that can do video, so it'll be my B camera. And then the Fuji camera, the X-T5, will be the backup for both pictures and video. And the other reason why I went with Sony is because E-mount. I have a ton of lenses already for this, so I can just use what I have. I do have the A6100, right? And so, Kwame, why didn't you just bring that instead of renting this one? One, I've been dying to try this camera out, so that's one reason. Two, USB-C, obviously, because I can just use a big V-mount battery and plug it in via USB-C and charge it that way without having to go through like the dummy battery and all that stuff that I would do with the A6100. Three, I'm not bringing a gimbal or anything, but if we do any kind of talking video, yes, I do have the Osmo Action. I don't know if I said this. I have the Osmo Action 3 for the same reason, but I have the Osmo Action, but I also want this, which does have built-in image stabilization. And then when you pair it with the 18 to 105 f4 lens that also has image stabilization, or like if you had a Tamron 17 to 70 that had image stabilization, you're gonna get, I believe, up to 7 stops of image stabilization, so pretty good. And then because this is a newer camera, same with the A7CR, I can use Catalyst Browse, which will then give me more stabilization. But that's only if I'm doing any kind of talking video clips. For the most part, those will be done with the Osmo Action 3. The Osmo Pocket 3, sorry. So this will most of it be done with the Osmo Pocket 3. But yeah, I'm super excited about this trip. Super excited to play with this camera. Like I said, it just came in yesterday, so I'm still setting up custom buttons and getting it dialed in. I'm using it. I got it early so I could use it and set up my menus and like all that good stuff. I haven't decided if I'm gonna rig this out yet. I probably will, which then gets me thinking. I was telling myself, today as I was playing with it and getting things set up and just using it, I don't need another camera. I have all the cameras that I need, but it is nice to shoot an S-Log, which again the A6100 cannot do. So we're shooting everything in S-Log for the video. And if you guys are interested in like the workflow or anything like that for the documentary itself, I can make a video about that. But yeah, it's really, really fun and interesting. I am working on like a behind the scenes video of just like kind of my thought process going into this project, because it's been interesting, to say the least. I'm, again, my first time doing it, so I am trying not to freak out about the gravity of everything we're doing, but also trying to be in the moment and like, hey, my friend and I, we're going to South Africa, and you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. You know, this is not a once in a lifetime opportunity, but it doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen every year. So I'm super excited about that. So, you know, be on the lookout for that video. It will not be coming out until after the whole documentary is done, because shooting it is one thing, and then editing it and putting it together is going to be another thing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, but super excited about this opportunity, and you know, and bringing it back to photography. I will be using this to be shooting pictures and video, but I will be testing it out for pictures, because why not? You know, it's fun, and it is different, but I do not need another camera. No, not at all. All right. Hey, if you guys are, again, interested in watching that, seeing a video, or seeing a video about the gear I'm going to bring, let me know down in the comments. I can do that. Also, if you are interested in joining a photography community that is all about photography, and you know, obviously we'll talk about some gear on there. We have a gear section now, but like, it's a great group of photographers just talking about photography, sharing their pictures. I know I said last time I got to be better. I'm trying. This whole project has been taking up so much of my mental space, and now that we've gotten approved and we're booking flights, getting equipment, getting time off from my job, getting not time off, but getting those projects done, so I could have this week to kind of just think about the South Africa trip. It's been a lot, so I apologize again for not being as into the group as I initially wanted, but I will. I only have so much time in the day. Like, I'm trying to give myself grace and not put too much pressure on myself, because I already feel the pressure from this trip and the documentary, and some personal projects within the trip that I would like to get done too. But again, I'll talk about that in a different video. Thank you as always for watching this video. If you like listening to a middle-aged man rant about photography gear, and the philosophy of photography while sitting in his car and his dog sleeping in the background, this channel is for you. I will see you in the next one. And again, if you'd like to join us over at Life in Focus, the Discord community, link down in the description. Thank you, those, for watching this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.